Hey guys, it's Aria Jade here. I realized I never introduced myself in prior videos before, so here I am in a different landscape, of course, because I'm always switching my locations. I have not found one that works quite right for me yet, so be patient with me. And also, yes, I know I suck at editing, but I am trying to get better at that, so patience, it's a virtue. Anyway, this video is actually going to be about teachers and bullying. So whoever has been bullied by a teacher, please let me know. There's a fly in here that I am not the only one. Okay, so when I was in 4th grade, I think, I had this one teacher who would always, center me out in class, accuse me of the most ridiculous things, like stealing chalk, for example, candy at one point, which I never stole candy from this woman. But aside from that, I think the bullying went more so to verbal abuse. Like, looking back at it, I'm like, no one would ever do that to my child. There's no way in hell. She would take me into these adjoining doors, okay? So, like, there's one door and then there's another door, and that's the doors you would exit at for recess, which is fine. But in the middle of class, so there's this long hallway and a bunch of classes this way and a bunch of classes that way. Anyway, so everyone could hear her, is what I'm trying to explain. So long hallway, adjoining doors, she would take students in there, but mainly me, and she would scream at me, okay? So she would, like, completely just let me have it. So I feel like if this woman was having a bad day, let's just call her the Shadow. It actually kind of rhymes with her name, so it works for people who know who I'm talking about. The Shadow would take me out of class and would take me into these adjoining doors and just scream at me. And when I say scream, I don't mean like I'm raising my voice to you. No, I mean, you are a horrible person! Like, completely batshit insane. This woman needed medication, I swear to God. At one point she had me cornered in the small, like, basically room, right? Because again, like, it turns into like a mini room. And I remember I backed myself into the corner because I was so scared of this woman and her screaming at me, and this was a constant every day berating me, to the point where I was in tears. I did not want to go to school. I already had stuff happening at home. This woman could care less about any of that. So, I would back myself into a corner, obviously, like, fight or flight. I couldn't fight the woman. I couldn't punch her. I'm sure if she wanted to punch me and, like, could get away with it, if it wasn't got early 2000s, like, she would have. So yeah, I backed myself into a corner, and I remember very clearly her being like, "You're in a corner. That's what guilty people do." And I'm like, and then, like, after I move forward to show her I'm not guilty of whatever she's accusing me with, I can't even remember what she was accusing me with off the top of my head, she's like, no, you can stay there. So I'm like, okay. And then on one occasion, which I will never, ever, ever for the life of me forget, my friend Hannah, obviously using a surname, I'm not going to use real names here. There was a girl Hannah in my class, not who I'm referring to. But my best friend Hannah, she favorited more than me, okay? Which is fine. That's fine. But on one occasion, she was like nearing the end of the year, she goes, Hannah has a heart. I thought you did too. Looking me dead in the eyes, says, but you're heartless. And that, for some reason, like, has always stuck with me. I mean, to call an 8-year-old heartless And I think she also called me cold on a few occasions. And a waste of space on a few other occasions. Completely inappropriate. God, what other inappropriate teachers have I had? Well, this isn't really a bullying teacher situation, the other one. But I had a French teacher who would constantly slam the door so hard that kids' fingers would get like stuck in the door. And then the clock, everyone always made a joke about it, like, oh, you know, we better like make sure to be ready for the clock to like slam down on the ground, because like the clock would always break and like slam down on the ground. So it'd be door, fingers, clock, slam, you know. So he had some issues too. Just anger issues, you know, looking back at all the angry teachers I had, it's insane. And then there was, oh yeah, another French teacher I had in elementary school. She was a woman. I don't want to like give her name, although this isn't really her name. Is this her name if I give it? Yeah. I'll be safe. I'm not going to say it is or isn't. But she would always like, this woman I felt bad for. Straight up, I felt bad for her. And she had underlying mental health conditions, I believe, looking back now. And not like the shadow, where the shadow was like screaming at kids and like berating you for hours on end and like humiliating you in front of the classroom. No, this woman had actual mental health issues in which needed attention and probably medication. I remember her crying in front of my entire class, being like, why do you all hate me so much? Just like asking, like genuinely asking, why do you all hate me so much? And I remember she asked me, and I'm like, I was the quietest kid ever in elementary school. I'm still pretty quiet now, you know what I mean? Like I was like, you know, I don't hate you. You know, I don't know where you got that from. She ended up quitting, poor thing. Oh my God. But anyway, this video's spiraling. Basically, what I want to know is if anyone else had a bully who wasn't a student but was their teacher, and how you all handled that, coped with that, whatever. To this day, I hope the shadow isn't still working. I mean, she's verbally abusive to kids. There's no other way to put it. The male French teacher, I hope he's not working, or if he is, I hope there's no doors, and I hope there's no clocks to be knocked over, but anyway. So yeah, if you have any stories of being abused basically by your teachers, and like not knowing where to turn to, obviously, because you can't go to the principal about it because it's your teacher, or being bullied or anything like that, just let me know in the comments. I'm actually very curious to hear it. And again, I'm sorry for forgetting to introduce myself via videos, and I am sorry for the lack of editing. I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna get better. So, okay, hope you enjoyed.